morning, Off the Gridders. Brian from Online Land Sales calling with another edition of Off the Grid, daily motivational and technical training for off the grid living. Welcome. This morning, we're going to talk about home defense. When you're living off the grid, you probably won't have as many concerns about crime as you would have if you were living in the city. Most of the crime in the United States does occur in the big cities, statistically. But when you're off the grid, you won't have the protection of the police department. You won't have as many neighbors around to protect you. So home defense is a serious issue. What do you need to defend your home? Well, let's start with dogs. Dogs are a great defense mechanism. They're an early warning mechanism. They provide security. They can actually subdue an intruder too, depending on the dog. Now, you don't want to hurt anybody with your dog, right? You want a dog that won't hurt intruders, especially if the intruder is an innocent, neighbor coming to visit. So what you want to do is get a dog that is bred for protection and being a sentry. Some of the dogs that you might consider would be a Rhodesian Ridgeback or a Bull Mastiff. The Bull Mastiff is actually known for being able to disable an intruder without killing the intruder. And the Bull Mastiffs are bred to pin attackers down, right? You might actually find your attacker or your neighbor pinned down to the ground if you have a Bull Mastiff. Of course, another form of protection is using security systems that are electronic. Those are big drains on your energy system, and they're not always reliable, right? And of course, lighting up the outside areas. We've done other presentations that covered some of this, security of your property, and lighting is a big issue. It's nice to have lights, especially in the open areas, and lights by the windows and doors, right? In a different presentation, we also talked about how any of the windows that could be crawled into should have bars on them, at least removable bars, right? Or some sort of protection, at least a screen. So the window can't just be, busted open and somebody can enter your house. Same with a window near a door. You want to make sure that that's screened off so somebody can't quickly just, open or break a window and open the door, right? Some obvious things like that. And then other forms of home protection, obviously guns. I mean, you should have guns. You're living off the grid. You should probably have at least 3 guns out there: a bolt-action rifle, a shotgun, and a handgun, right? The bolt-action rifle is your gold standard for feeding yourself. You can shoot targets at a great distance. The action of the rifle is easy. It's also easy to maintain, and it will keep you fed, right? The shotgun is more for home defense, obviously short range, right? It can help you defend against an intruder, armed or otherwise, right? And then a handgun is good to have. It's a go-to weapon at all times. You never know when danger is going to strike, and that's what a handgun's for. That's just nice and ready and easy to grab. And then, of course, you're going to need ammunition. You'll need probably 1,000 rounds of ammo per gun. Probably a nice place to start, right? And for your magazine-fed weapons, keep about half a dozen for each. And then we get into the semi-automatic. Now, I'm not big on semi-automatic. I don't see much purpose for them. I'm not against guns in society, and I believe in our constitutional right to carry guns. But that right was written to protect ourselves from our own government. And well, though we still deserve that right, I mean, it's not really practical in today's world, is it? I mean, the semi-automatics are killing people. They're being used for violence all over the country, and I don't recommend them. But if you need one, you might want one on your off-the-grid living, right? The semi-automatic is dangerous, but it will allow you to defend your property from a large number of intruders. So if you're in an area where you think you might have the zombie apocalypse and be raided by a large number of intruders, well, then you might want a semi-automatic rifle. But off the grid and online land sales, we're just going to give you our political opinion. Yes, we agree that Americans have the right to carry arms and deserve the right to carry arms, but we would like to see less semi-automatic rifles out in society. We think they're a danger, and we think if handled correctly, they're fine. In the right hands, there's no problem, but they scare us a bit. So that's all we have to say this morning at Off the Grid. We hope you found this information valuable. We kind of went into a little bit of politics today, our personal politics. We don't care. We stand by what we believe, and we stand by all of you. And we're trying to help you guys live an off-the-grid lifestyle that suits you. All right, we're not always going to agree on everything, but we do agree that off the grid is the direction we're going, and we're going to help each other get there. So you guys have a kick-butt day today. Improve your world off the grid. Improve your knowledge about off-the-grid living. And come back and visit us for more off-the-grid daily motivational technical training. Have a great day.